Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So basically, what we'll be doing today is actually reviewing a game called Roblox. So it's Roblox on the Stylo Apex 5G. So someone actually asked me to review the game, and I believe when it launches, it actually launches in portrait mode. But as soon as we jump, oh sorry about that. So I just heard something. But yeah, as soon as we jump into a server, then it reverts um, back to landscape mode. So let me just, because these were the ones that I actually tested. So I believe this one, the one that I actually tried playing. I just quickly downloaded the game. I was actually busy, so I was actually supposed to review this game. I think on Friday or Thursday. I'm not too sure. But I was very busy. Even today I was very busy. But I just decided, let me quickly record, the video. And as you guys can see, let me quickly show the graphics settings. Camera mode. So I'm not gonna lie, as I set these things up, I'm not too familiar with the game. I don't like, I completely, 100% don't even understand what's happening. I just basically try to, get on the server, try to understand what's happening, and apparently you have to join servers in order to play, which is, this is basically what we did here. We have a server, we join the server, basically don't understand what's happening on the server, or, what's happening with the game. So it's one of those games that doesn't have sort of like instructions or like a guide on, what to do or stuff like that. So that's very confusing for me, because actually don't know the controls. Tried driving a car, but I didn't know how to get it to move. So that was the challenge there. But let me turn on the resource consumption so you guys can see how the phone handles the game. And as you guys can see, I actually turned on the stats monitor, and it uses roughly around 1.5 gigs of RAM, around 25 milliseconds of CPU, if I can put it that way. GPU is at around average around 13 milliseconds. Internet connection, it doesn't use a lot of data, so it sends around 2.5 kilobytes and receives around 10 kilobytes per second. The only issue would be ping. So the ping, as you guys can see, the ping is very, very, very high. It's around 256, 257, somewhere there. That's very high. So ideally, you want to have it at around 70 or less. But I'm not sure if this game, that's how it works, or if there's any local South African servers. So yeah, my data's almost finished. But yeah, I'm actually using normal data because the Wi-Fi gets very slow at times. But yeah, this is the game. As you guys can see, the game works well. And like I mentioned, I don't understand what's happening in the game. Like, I'm just running. I think with the other, there was a different server that I tested and had other characters and stuff, but I'm not sure if those characters are actual people that are playing the game, or it's like bots, just the game bot AI, even like this. I'm not sure if these are real people, or if it's bots or not. I'm not too sure, not too familiar with the game. I don't know what to do basically, if I can put it that way. But my my aim was just basically to show you guys, that the game actually works. The game runs well, and the graphics, I'd say these ones are very bad. These graphics are bad. Okay, so it has more like a Minecraft type of vibe. So it's very boxy and stuff, which is good, meaning it can actually run on, like older phones and different types of phones. But on this phone here, it runs well. It runs very, very well. There's no issues. The phone obviously is not going to struggle to run this game. And while we're talking about that, I've been getting comments, of people basically just asking me to give, a review of the phone. And I'd mentioned, guys, I want to make it clear that the camera, the phone overall, the phone is very, very good. I'm not gonna lie. Price wise, you don't get anything better. Don't even know how to enter this car. Oh, I'm actually in the car now. My problem is I don't know what to do to get the car to move, whether it's stuck or not. So if I find a car on the road, I don't know what to do to get it to move. But as I was saying, the phone is very, very solid. Like, you don't get anything better for the price. You don't get anything better than this for the price, guys. You get 6 gigs of RAM, it's a 6.8 screens, 5000 milliamp battery, and for some reason for me the battery drains very quick, but it also charges very fast. It drains very quick when you use it, like as I'm using it now. When I have airplane mode, then it lasts, but when I'm using mobile data, then yeah, tends to drain quickly. But that's also because I use Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and all those things at the same time. But overall, I think the phone performs well. Like, I haven't had like an issue with it. I think the only issue that I faced was with one of my power banks. So I actually connected the phone, because it's Type C to Type C. What I did is I connected the phone to the Type C port on the power bank, and for some reason my phone decided to charge the power bank, so it's like a reverse charge. And after that, I couldn't get it to charge. When I connected it back to the charger and then tried to charge it with the wall outlet and stuff like that, it wouldn't charge. So the battery just remained at like 60 something percent. I had to restart it. But other than that, guys, I haven't faced any serious, hiccups with the phone. Like as you guys can see, it runs games well. It handles everything quite well. Like, I'm even making it my main phone over the P40, because it's very similar specs, and yeah, very similar specs. The only difference is, the P40, the camera is very, is better, and the UI is better. But also it's on an older version of Android, which is why I actually prefer this one. But in terms of like getting updates and stuff, this phone unfortunately is not too popular like your Huawei, your Honor. It's not those type of phones. So I doubt we're gonna get Android 15. So I believe this is gonna be the last update. So as the it just basically, I think we'll only get security updates, if that makes sense. So, but yeah, guys, I also wanted to emphasize, like, the camera is very bad. Why I say it's bad is because the specs say it's actually 50 megapixel. When you buy it, you're expecting, a camera to outperform. You're expecting a decent camera, but with this one, like, it feels more like a 12 megapixel. It feels very, very bad. Like, it doesn't feel like a 50 megapixel camera. And like I mentioned, it has to do, I think it has more to do with the software optimization. So it wasn't properly optimized, which makes it very bad. But I'm learning to live with it. I'm at work. I'm starting to take a few pictures with it, a few videos with it. But obviously, when I use my P40, then it's very easy to see the difference in quality, because my P40 also has like 48 megapixels, but the difference is like night and day. The difference is night and day. So this camera is very, very bad. I'm not gonna lie. It's not a camera that you want to use professionally, if I can put it that way. It's not a camera that you want to do that. I mean, it's decent. The selfie cameras, both cameras are bad, guys. But I think they're doable for the price. You can't complain. For what, for everything else that you're getting, then you can't complain. And if you're good with like editing and stuff like that, then you can make it work. You can make it work. But yeah, I didn't want to do a separate video where I'm going through a review again of the spec, guys that actually want to find out about the phone and stuff. I think everything else is very, very solid, other than the camera. Everything else is very solid. I'm also facing challenges with this type C to type C, like in the car I can't actually charge my phone, because I use it uses a type A to type C connection. So that's the challenge that I'm facing. So now I'm having to go buy a new type A to type C. So I'm gonna have to buy that, because during like load shedding and stuff like that, then it's a problem. But yeah, other than that, guys, there's no complaints with the phone. I'm actually loving it. I'm actually loving it. That's everything that I need. But I think you can feel that it's not a premium phone. Like when you turn it off and on, like the stylo sound and just the graphics in general just feel very generic, guys. But yeah, that will be it for the game. And like I was mentioning, like you can just feel that it doesn't feel premium. It doesn't feel premium, but it's doable. It's understandable. Like you can't complain. For price, price to performance ratio, price to specs ratio, it's the best, guys. It's the best. So it outperforms all these other phones. So as long as you see 4 gig plus 4 gig, just leave that phone, because for me personally, I wouldn't go for it. So I'd rather go for a phone with more RAM, because that means it can do a lot. If that makes sense. So yeah, guys, I hope I'm not. This is it for now, guys. Cheers, and thanks for watching.